Hey everybody, it's your host, the Crazy Uncle. Today I want to talk a little bit about the whole Ukraine thing and why this has far-reaching consequences than people realize. I'm sure just looking at the thumbnail you get a good idea of what's going on. So I just got to do the quick, if you're looking at the screen, you know what I'm going to ask you, so let's get into it. Now, I want you to think about the last time Ukraine was not able to produce the way it normally does. We're talking about some of the most fertile farmland in the world. 16% of the entire world's breadbasket, by the way. What happened last time that happened? It was called the Holodomor. And it was a mass starvation because Ukraine was part of the United Soviet Socialist Republic. I'm going to say that again, Socialist Republic. And by the way, Socialist and Republic don't go together. Regardless, that's what happened last time, and hundreds of millions of people starved to death because it was mismanaged. Not that it was damaged, just mismanaged. Now, because of everything that's coming up, the mismanaging now, as in the war not allowing farmers to plant, because planting season is coming up quick, being that it's early April, and they got about 2 months to get their plants in, or seeds in the ground. Understand that if they don't, the UN cannot force the Ukraine farmers to sell all their wheat and barley and everything else to feed countries in the Middle East and Africa. This is extremely important. You think you had a bad surge of migrants before? You ain't seen nothing yet. This is why it's important. Places like Chad, Zimbabwe, Egypt, they all need this, along with places like Iran. They need the food. If you haven't seen a food riot before, you're lucky. It's not pretty. Now, crossing back over to our side of the pond, I want you to realize why our prices are going up so fast. It's not because there's an actual shortage. No, far from it. In actuality, it's just because of the futures market. The futures market was originally set up so that prices would go up, so that people would buy less, so that there would be some left over. This has been totally twisted around so people can just price gouge the shit out of you. I can't change it. If you can show me a way to change it without a genie and a magic lamp, I'm all ears. So, when this all does happen, again, you're going to see a lot of people migrating up, and you're going to see a lot of countries just closing their borders and say, you cross, you die. Pure and simple. Now, when it comes to everybody listening here, and I want to focus mainly on the United States, is the fact that we won't have to deal with as much, but we will have to deal with a lot of shit when it comes to that. Because if food becomes scarce, never ever underestimate what somebody's going to do so they can survive. This is extremely important, and never underestimate what somebody's going to do to feed their families. So it's important that everybody start a victory garden of some sort, even if you live in a apartment. Stock up, but also grow some plants on your terrace or something. It can be done. I've done it myself. But along with the food, you have to understand that the seeds you're putting in the ground might require some freedom seeds to protect it. This is very common. I'm going to give you a quick example just to show you how this is going to happen. Back when my dad was a kid, he was around the coal mines. Whenever the coal mines went on strike, the farmers would hire people as guards for the fields, and not just for the crops, but for the cattle and all the other livestock. If they didn't do this, they would wake up one morning and their entire field would be stripped clean, and their cattle would have been killed and butchered in the fields. You need to protect what you have, especially those of you with families. I cannot stress this enough. Now, on a final note, and this is going to be a little on the mean side, but I need you to think about this. When you are ready, if you've stocked up, if you're all ready to go and you can weather this storm, do not be surprised when people start coming to your house. If you have let them know that you have supplies, they are going to show up at your house and be like, hey, I know you got supplies, give me some. And when you say, I can't afford to give you some, I'll starve, all you're going to hear is somebody cock the hammer on a weapon and say, I'm not asking. That is when things go from really bad to total shitstorm. I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to bring up this so you understand what's going on. As far as the Holodomor 2.0 that's going on, only an idiot makes the same mistake twice. If we're lucky, this will all blow over, but I expect things to be pretty damn tight within the next year. So all the best to everybody out there. This has been your crazy uncle, punching out.